Alright, just to let you guys know, the reason why I'm starting all my videos in Cleveland, Ohio is because I actually was taking other videos. I had about 2 dozen so far from where I left in Sterling Amphitheater, filmed myself with all my friends going away and leaving the gate, and yeah, just had a few dozen videos, and as I was trying to upload them the other night, suddenly they all disappeared, and I've been trying to get them back, but I can't. They're all gone. All the memory cards are cleared, and so I guess you guys weren't supposed to see those videos. But I will tell you guys what's happened on my trip. So, here, let's see. Alright, focus a little bit. Come on. Alright, sorry for the camera shot. So, I'm from Oswego, New York, and I started from Sterling Amphitheater, which is right about there, about 10 miles out. Went there for a long weekend and left May 25th, 2015. And the first night went only about 10 miles or so, and went to my roommate's mom's house, Mary Alice, and it was pretty cool. They had a half pipe in their backyard. I rode that for a bit. Then the second day, I went about 50 miles, and I made it to Rochester. And I stayed with my buddy, Derek Block. He used to be in a band with me, and he's in a band now called Slut Week. Kind of funny name. And stayed there for a night. They had a little party for me there. That was really fun. And the next morning, one of the roommates, she works at Tilted Kilt, so we went there for breakfast. And then went to the skate shop, Crudco. That was very cool. And then I went about maybe like 30 miles or so. And I stopped at, I don't know the name of this town. It was a little farm town. But there's a rain cloud coming, and I knocked on this guy's door, and I saw somebody. Like, when I knocked on the door, the whole house seemed to get still. And like a minute or two later, somebody walked out of the garage, and I gave him my spiel of what I was doing. And he was like, yeah, let me just go in and ask my wife. And he goes in, asks his wife, and I can see through like the living room window, they're Google searching me. And I'm sitting on the front lawn and putzing around with the grass, and I hear the garage door open, and I look up, and the guy has a pistol, not pointed at me, but pretty much pointed at my feet on the ground, and he was just like, "Alright, you can camp here, but you gotta take out everything from your bag. I gotta see all the weapons you got." And I was just like, "Oh god, dude, I got a machete, and I got a padlock on a rope, and a flare gun," and I told him everything I had, and he kept on talking to me, and as I could see the rain clouds getting closer and closer, and he was just like, "Well, actually, there's a pavilion right down the road. You could probably camp there. That'd probably be better." And I was just like, "Okay, dude, I don't care. I just want to get some shelter or whatever." And as soon as I get to the pavilion, which is about a mile down the road, it starts downpouring. And underneath the pavilion, there was a bunch of kids there, and they hooked me up there, and they let me tell them what I was doing and stuff. And one of the kids, Jordan, hooked me up a lot. And the next morning, he woke me up and brought me to his house and gave me breakfast. And the cool thing was, he gave me breakfast, and then I went down and got to Leroy and stopped at a diner there, and they let me eat for free there. It was extremely cool. And then I kept on going down the road, and I made it really close to Darien Lake, and there's an old lady couple there, or old couple there, not an old lady couple there, but they gave me they gave me like $15 in like quarters and ones and stuff, and I went down. I told them I was like going down to the restaurant down the way, and they called the restaurant and they said, whatever the skateboarder kid is getting, we're gonna pay for it, because they knew the people that work there. And yeah, I didn't pay for anything that day. I actually made some money. And then the next day I went through Buffalo. That was kind of sketchy. I went down Genesee Street, and a whole bunch of people sitting on their stoops being like, "What you doing, white boy?" And I'm just like, "I'm just skating," and not stopping, getting off my board or anything. And I made it probably about 15 miles past Buffalo, and I knocked on a few doors, and then eventually this woman, Nancy, she let me come into her house. Before I was even done giving her my spiel, she was inviting me into her house and offering me dinner and all that. Stayed the night there, and they let me camp inside their house. And I woke up the next day, I was getting all ready, and she offered to do my laundry, and it turned into like a rest day pretty much, and took a day break and stayed another night there, and they fed me, and they brought me to this crazy basilica. I've never seen a church more crazy, and with all the art and stuff like that around. There was over 100,000 angels either painted on the walls or sculpted out of marble or in stained glass. And when I woke up the next day, it was pouring out, and I just wanted to keep on going on the road, so put on my poncho and kept on going down the road. And I got to about Silver Creek, and there's this guy, Randy. He was at an Indian reservation gas station. I told him what I was doing, and he brought me to his house and fed me and dinner and breakfast, let me stay on his couch, and then took off the next day. It was nice and cloudy, not too hot at all, and all the roads were dry, and followed Lake Erie on like Route 5, and I made it just past the border, and about 6 miles from from Erie, and there was a campfire on the side of the road, and I walked over and I asked if I could camp out there for the night, and it was this guy Pete and his wife's lawn, and there was this guy Dave and Robin there, and they hooked me up. It was cool. Dave, he brought me out a little heater for my little tent, and plugged that in and let me plug in my phone and stuff like that and charge all that. And let's see, let's go to Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's where I stayed. And then the next day I went through Erie, Pennsylvania, and Route 20 was crazy. There was no shoulder at all, and I was wearing my reflective shirt, and all the way, and I made it from just like a few miles in from the Pennsylvania border. Went through Pennsylvania in one day, and stopped at a hot dog stand, and was telling everyone there what I was doing and stuff. And there was a couple there that they invited me over to their house, which was a mile or so away from the restaurant. And crazy thing is, they said, "Yeah, we got a bed for you. We got an extra spare bed." And the husband, he was a hardcore video game player, and I woke up at about 3 in the morning, and he was still playing. And I woke up again at like 4 to go to the bathroom, and I go out into the living room, and he's sleeping on the couch, and I think they gave me their bed for the night, which was extremely generous of them, and I thank them for that. Then I went down the road a little bit, and I made it to a little past Geneva. This guy Andy, he was a guy that works on trucks and stuff like that. He let me stay in his camper on the side of his house, and they are extremely generous. They hooked me up with this on-the-go charger. Like, you charge that, and then you can charge your phone if you're not near an outlet or anything. And they got me pizza, and it was awesome. Let me shower in their house. They're extremely hospitable. And then I went and down, and I made it to Bretnall, which is in Cleveland. And that's where I've been for the past few days, hanging out with my cousin Kathy. And yeah, I'm going to be following Route 6 all the way along the coast and going past Sandusky and keep on going all the way to Denver. And yeah, so far the trip has been awesome. Sadly, the videos that I did have for the past about week or so I've been on the road, they went missing. So I'm going to be taking videos with this iPhone instead. The quality is a little better, and yeah, it's definitely going to be a great trip. I've gone about a little over 300 miles so far, and my whole trip's going to be a little over 3,000 miles. So it's going to be fun. So thank you guys for joining me with this trip, and more actual videos coming soon. So thank you.